In this video, you will learn how to multiply polynomials by monomials. Now to multiply, all we're doing is we're doing the distributive property. But what's different here is now we have variables thrown in there. So if you can do the distributive property, you can do this lesson very easily. So a reminder of the distributive property, if you had, for example, 2 times x plus 4, this property says I can distribute the 2 and multiply it with the x and with the 4. So now I have 2 times x to be 2x plus 2 times 4, which would be 8. Now in the context of variables, we have x times x plus 4. Same exact thing. We take the x and can multiply it with x. So x times x would give me x squared, and then plus x times 4, which is the same thing as 4x. So that can be written as x squared plus 4x. Now here's another example. We have negative 3x times 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. If you are to distribute, you take negative 3x and multiply it by all three terms. So negative 3x times 2x squared would be a negative 6x, and then we have 1x here, 2x's here. When you multiply, you add the exponents, 1 plus 2 to get 3. And then negative 3x times 4x. Negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12. Then x times x would give me x squared. I add the exponents of 1, and then this is a 1, so 1 plus 1 gives me 2. And then negative 3x times negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. And then we have the x with it as well. So this expression can be distributed, and we would have this over here. Negative 6x cubed minus 12x squared plus 9x. So that is the entire concept for this lesson. We'll show you one more example where you need to distribute first before you need to solve an equation. Here we have n times 3 minus 4n plus 4 times n squared minus 7 equals 0. So to solve this, I need to begin by distributing n times 3 and n times negative 4n. N times 3 is the same thing as 3 times n, or 3n, minus n times 4n would give me 4. N times n is n squared. Okay, and then the same thing with the 4. 4 times n squared is 4n squared, and then 4 times negative 7 is negative 28, and that's equal to 0. So from here I can combine like terms. We see negative 4n squared plus 4n squared. Those are like terms because of the n squared. I can combine by taking negative 4 plus 4, which would give me 0. So that would actually cancel out. So I'm left with 3n minus 28 equals 0. So to solve, I do reverse order of operations, and I begin with addition and subtraction. So we have 3 times n and then minus 28. The minus 28 is where I'll begin. I get rid of that by adding 28. When I add 28 on the left side, this will cancel. I have 3n on the left and 0 plus 28, or 28, on the right. And then I can get rid of the 3 by dividing. So I divide both sides by 3. I'm left with n on the left and 28 over 3 on the right. And I can simplify this, or write this as a mixed number. When I divide, I have 9 and then a remainder of 1, so I can write that as 1 over 3. So my final answer is n equals 9 1/3.